Alright, this video is very late, but now I finally can get around to doing it, as it's now time for the MTWS 2023 season recap for October, after we had the final October event back on Sunday for Phoenix. As you remembered, in October we had Julian on the 1st, DuCoin the 8th, Detroit on the 15th, Cardiff on the 22nd, and Phoenix on the 29th. As we get ready for the November events, we take a look at the recap as we're now halfway through the 2023 MTWS season. As right now, Impala is the points championship leader, 1,425 points. Massive lead over second place Power Forward. And then, of course, after that, Nitro, the defending racing champion, third place in stands. And Thunderbolt, who's having a very good year so far, is fourth place at the moment. Then it's Shadowrun fifth. Shadowrun, the defending freestyle champion, got sixth place right now, so that's very good. Crazy Bull, man, what an October Crazy Bull had. 3 straight finals appearances, which might be up there as like a record, or maybe fourth in a row coming up maybe potentially soon. That's insane. Back-to-back weeks too, just wild. And went, I think like 11-1 in racing. Like all of Crazy Bull's struggles from 2012 to like even like in the middle part of October, like all disappeared all of a sudden, and now it's looking like one of the elite racers again after just 3 weeks. Insane. Finally, Crazy Bull starting to look like the truck that's supposed to be. Crazy at 9th right now, and then Blood Rage 10th, although its racing record's really poor. Crush and Run still looking really good. Patriot looking very good. Outlaw is actually having a losing record right now, so geez, now Outlaw's not looking very good for racing. As it's 12th, Night Stalker hanging there after making it to the finals for the first time ever in Phoenix last week, as now at 500 record, right there deeply in the mix for the championship. Mad Dog hanging in there at the 14th spot. Polar Storm, another 500 record so far, just like I was early on last year, as it's in the championship. On track to make it for the first time ever in a regular season. And then Predator having a horrible racing season, but still doing good in freestyle, making it in right now. Outrage hanging in there. Daisy Chain on track to make the first championship appearance in a season. That's looking okay. Prowler, after a very strong freestyle performance where it got runner-up in freestyle, right now is in the championship. And then Crusher hanging in there after its freestyle win in DuCoin. First freestyle win ever. Damage Control is hanging in there, although its racing record's not really looking good. It's doing pretty good so far this season, as Flying Falcon is having a horrendous season so far. 2-7, my gosh. Flying Falcon's having one of the worst seasons it's ever had in racing, and that's coming off, I think it went 6-11 last year, so that's not very good. High Flying, also not having a good year in terms of racing, but it's in the championship spot at the moment. And then how about that, the last spot? Crasher, on track to make the championship for the first time ever in a regular season, and hanging in there very well so far in terms of freestyle. And of course, the trucks for the Runners-Up Cup right now. Locomotion still having a win season, because remember last time we talked about it was 5-2. It's fallen off a lot since, but still a winning record. Bone Crusher, of course, hanging in there. Remember, it won its first race in Las Vegas when it was 4-0. Now it's gone down to 5-5, but still having not that bad of a season. Bling hanging in there, but needs to pick up the pace. Madness is actually having a winning record right now, which is quite impressive, especially since it made it to the finals in Julian. But because it's not been doing so good in freestyle, plus it probably hasn't competed in that many events, it's in the Runners-Up Cup at the moment. And Reckless Tent hanging there at 5-5, but really needs to pick up the pace. Destroyer has not been having a good year. Fireball has actually been terrible in freestyle. It's actually been pretty solid in racing, but it hasn't been competing in many events, so that's why it's way down there right now. Very disappointing start for it in that regard. Venom, not doing really the best. The Monster Razor, I think, made to the semifinals or finals recently, so it has a win record, but it's kind of back there in the point stands at the moment. Yeet Plunder has a win record, but it's only competed like in 3 events. That's why its stats are so bad and its point stands are really low. Same goes for Crush and Topsy Turvy. A win record, but not doing much season so far because it's only competed in a few events. Eruption had a terrible start to the year. I figured it started off 0-3. Then it massively turned around to get the 500, but it just has not competed in a lot of events yet, and that's really hurt its points so far. Like, a lot of these trucks are like backloaded, so we're going to be seeing them a lot coming up the rest of the year. And then Stinger, of course, having the worst season probably of everyone so far in terms of stats. 1 of 3, 82 points in freestyle. It's only competing in free events. So yeah, we're going to be seeing Stinger a lot coming up probably to turn it around. Kind of like how Crasher was last year. And then Wild Ride, definitely not a very good start to the year. A losing record, 90 points. Just not been doing as good and all that. And Topsy Turvy, also not been having a good start to the year in terms of that. Even though it did a little bit better this last week in Phoenix, it really needs to pick up the pace. In last place is War Machine, who's only competing in free events, so its stats are kind of misleading since it only competed a few events. Alright, so anyways, we take a look at the racing records. Right now, it's Crazy Bull that has the best record in the league. How about that? In just 3 weeks, went from a disappointing record to one of the best records in the league. 13 wins. It ties Impala for the most racing wins, but with its 5 losses, it has the better win percentage at 72.2%. As it looks like, oh yeah, here we go. Mad Dog has the second best racing record, 8-4, 667% winning. So Crazy Bull has the best record, ties Impala for the most wins, and Crush and Run second with 12 wins. Now when it comes to freestyle, 229. Yeah, it's Impala right now with the best freestyle in terms of points, 229. And it looks like Shadowrun, the defending freestyle champion, second with 211. So far this season, Nitro's turned it around a bit in racing, although I think it went one and done last week in Phoenix, so that's not very good. Its race record's starting to turn around a little bit, but it's not been doing that good for the racing champion like it was in 2011. But its freestyle game has been very good. Shadowrun, meanwhile, has been almost unstoppable consistency in freestyle. The only thing that's holding Shadowrun back, it's only won one freestyle. If it won a couple more freestyles, this would have probably been the best title defense for freestyle for a truck in MTWS history. Shadowrun has consistently got high scores, very good runs, but it was just like one thing that kept it from scoring the one extra point needed for a tie or a win or something like that. Just very inconsistent. Just unfortunate luck for Shadowrun. But consistency-wise, it's just been unstoppable. Alright, so we now go into the second half of the season with 5 events in November, of course. Upcoming live on YouTube, November 5th in Orlando. And then on November 12th, it's going to be in San Diego. November 19th, we're going to be down in Arlington. And on Thanksgiving, November 23rd, we're going to be live in Baltimore. And then finally wrap it up. Once again for a second year in a row with Toronto on November 26th to be the event after Thanksgiving. So yeah, this is how the season looks so far. Impala dominating the point stands. Looking on track to right now win the points championship. Although it's only got 5 more events left to compete in because it had very backload start. Same goes for Power Forward as well. So I doubt they're going to be up there for that long. Because we got a whole bunch of trucks trying to make a comeback too in that regard. And like I said, Crush and Run. No, not Crush and Run. It was Crazy Bull had the best winning percentage. Crazy Bull and Impala tied for the most wins. And Impala has the most freestyle points with Shadowrun second. Cannot wait to see what the second half of the season's going to have. And coming up soon, we're going to be looking at, probably before Thanksgiving or so, we're going to be start looking at who's going to qualify for the 2023 championship. Impala is dominating so much, maybe has a chance to clinch a spot already. We'll be seeing later on in the year, as I'm going to have to do some math on that to guarantee and make sure of all that. Alright guys, I hope you all enjoyed this report. So next time you'll see the season finale, the next report will be after Toronto event. So see you at the end of November for that. And hopefully this time it won't be so delayed.